Hey guys, I hope you've all well. I hope you've all had a great weekend. I have had a marvellous time with the grandkids, thoroughly enjoyable. My granddaughter drew me a picture of the KTM. I thought you'd like to see it. It's yeah, looks very similar. Some people probably say it looks better. I don't know, but it's my first picture of the granddaughter, so I shall cherish it for the rest of my life. I've got to show you. There's the KTM. Yeah. Looks about right, doesn't it? So that's a beautiful picture of my KTM, which I'm going to hang up in my other little shed. You gotta love the drawings of the kids. Absolutely fantastic. That made me smile. Anyway, BMW. We have, which I'm going to do first, a round disc. So I'm going to do the little brackets for that and get that on, and then if the day still goes well, we are going to get the little cage done round the CarPlay unit. Also, the seat is supposed to be here today. I've just checked the tracking, it's on track, so hopefully that's going to turn up today and we can take a look at that as well. In the meantime, we'll get on with them couple of little jobs we got down here. Okay, that's the little frame off. I've got to finish tidying that up. Where am I? So obviously we want that sat in there. Then I am going to cut just some straight little tabs with holes in, probably 5mm holes. Make them as small as I can, and then drill the perspex out to fix it. And probably find some nice little domed heads to fit it on. So yeah, we'll cut this up, get the holes drilled in it, and start laying it all out. Okay, rolling forward a little bit. I had a visitor, and I've also been sorting out the seat. So, yes, they got me for handling and customs fees, which I knew was coming at the end of the day, but yes, it's made it a little bit more expensive, but I can't complain because it's still cheaper than the only one I could find in this country. The total, it's come to £225. I suppose for a brand new seat, yeah, that's not too bad, is it? Yeah, it's a bit of a hit, but I'm not going to grumble about it. Anyway, I've paid the customs and handling fees, so hopefully now it'll be on its way to be posted. We'll see. Hopefully today. If it does come, obviously we'll get to see it in this video. Right, so I have pressed on a little bit. I've done the tabs. I've popped them on. I've got this marked out. Ooh, see the tiny little dots there? I've got that marked out, ready for drilling. Hopefully, hopefully, that behaves itself while I drill it. I've decided to go with 3mm fixings. At the end of the day, it's only got to hold it in place. This weighs absolutely nothing. So I've gone with 3mm fixings because there's less chance of it going terribly wrong while drilling it. So I'm going to give it a go now. You'll see it happen right in front of you if it does go wrong. Fingers crossed it drills nicely. Let's see. Right, here we go. I'm dreading this. Got a nice flat surface. Hopefully it drills nice. Oh, that's all right. There's one. That's not too bad actually. Might have got a bit brave on that one. There we go. Is it gonna line up? Oh, it's looking like it is. That's a bonus, isn't it? Oops. Oh, fat fingers. Come on. Stop being clumsy. Let's get a nut on them. That's it. There we go. It's on. Not that you can see it. Right, we are back on. Just nip it up for now. Not going to bother tying it right up because the little peak there is definitely sort of growing on me even more. So I'm guessing eventually it's all going to come back off for me to weld that on. And then it's got to have a final tidy up on everything. But so you can't even see the job I've just done really, can you? But it's there. That's it. Full protection. Okay. Moving on to the following day. It all went off yesterday. Wow. 5 visitors, which I don't mind. 5 visitors all popping in, having a brew and catching up. And it was about 9 o'clock last night by the time the last one went. Yesterday didn't quite go to plan, but hey, I don't mind a catch up. Right. Yeah, it didn't go to plan in more ways than one, actually. I'm rolling as I normally do. 2 steps forward, 10 steps back. It's the way it is. But yeah, young Michael came across to do my van as well last night, and then discovered my 2 front coil springs have snapped. That seems to be a common thing with cars just lately, doesn't it? It really does. What's going on? What's going on with coil springs? Even Mike was saying, you see the scrap bins outside garages now that are normally full of like brake discs and pads and clutches are now full of coil springs. That never used to happen. You never had coil springs snapped. But hey, it seems to be a thing. And it's happened to me. So I've had to order them now. So they should be here in the next 2 days. And then, fingers crossed, we will get the van back together. Anyway, the seat arrived as well. Oh yes, we'll have a look in a moment. I'm very pleased with it. It's going to fit absolutely perfect. It's going to be a fair bit of work doing the subframe and everything, getting all the fixtures and fittings nice. And obviously the seat catch, I've got to get a seat catch. So all that works. So I'm going to have it so it works on a key. Basically like a lot of bikes, turn the key and the catch flicks the seat up or whatever. So yeah, it's going to be a fair bit of working out. I've got to go and get all the steel for it as soon as I can. Again, I ain't got a van. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But I am very, very pleased with it. Again, I have no clue what it's going to look like on this GoPro. More than likely, it's not going to look right. So please bear that in mind. All my visitors yesterday, well, the first couple of visitors didn't see it because it hadn't arrived by then. But all the 3 afterwards said that actually looks brilliant. So yeah, there's 4 people including me who think it looks fantastic. What else we got? I am gonna do the CarPlay thing today. Like I say, I haven't got all the materials to do the subframe just yet, so I'm going to carry on with that. I should have a bit more of a free day today, and we're going to get that done. I have changed my mind slightly with that. Haha! Surprise! The ball socket mount, I'm going to do something different there, just to bring it down a little bit, and off that, because that will be a solid mount, I'm still going to keep the plate that it's mounted to because that's got a bit of suspension on it, to sort of soak out the vibration of the bike. So I'm going to keep that on, but I'm going to get rid of the ball socket. And then off that, because that will be solid mounted, I'll be able to do the little protection bar. So that's the plan today, to get that done. Well, get it solved and get it finished. Let's take a look at the seat. Like I say, not sure what all the angle of the dangles are going to look like in this camera. Is it going to look squashed, too long, too high, too low? Don't know. I've sort of propped it up in a fashion, so bear in mind that could change very slightly. And bear in mind, it's got no rear mudguard on, it's got no subframe on, because so it does look like it's floated in midair at the minute, but it's going to be great. I like that a lot. I really do. I don't know if that sort of balanced the look of the bike out in the camera. I'm not sure. But like I say, bear in mind, it's literally just propped there. But it goes around the tank nice. I don't want to touch it too much because it'll all fall off like I'm just doing now. So now the back end's up in the air a bit more than what I want. But it basically, that fits around the tank just as good as the standard seat did. I've just sort of taped that on, as you can see. As you know, that's all broken, just to fill that void, try and give you a little bit more of an idea. But what I will do here is build my own side panels. See how this one drops down? We've got that little V in there. I'm going to bring mine starting from here and make it quite narrow coming up, then slowly tapering out. Then I'll basically make it so it fits all this shape of the seat perfectly. Because obviously the standard seat, well, you'll see the little protection strip that was there for the standard seat. So it pretty much is where that was. And obviously the standard seat was a great big sofa of a thing that came right round here and came down here. Obviously this is much more of a sort of a trimmed down look. So we will make the side panels now that come up here and fit nice. And you know, I could maybe put a little bit of a louver in there, or a vent, or maybe a bit of a sort of a grill there, just to whatever. I know it's not all about the looks on this bike, but that could end up being quite a big panel. So if I could break it up with some sort of design in there, it may look a bit better. Again, it'll be something we make up as we go along. But no, I am very, very, very pleased with how that's going to fit. Very pleased. Now the rear mudguard, there was one available online on eBay. I've searched everywhere, but the price of it it's a bit over the top, to be honest. It is. And with the van, more things going wrong with the van. I've got to rein it in a little bit. It's getting a little bit out of hand, but that's life. There you go, look, that, it's all off. What a mess. About probably a good 6 or 7 inches of it has snapped off at the bottom. I've heard of these things snapping off, but Mike was telling me last night, and basically swinging around and going into tyres and tearing tyres up. It's a little bit dangerous, so yeah, I'm going to replace the pair of them. The pair of them have snapped. Anyway, enough of the van. We don't want to know about the van, do we? It's boring. But yeah, I've got lovely height from seat height to pegs. Very, very similar to the KTM height, actually, and I 100% know I am comfortable on that thing, so all that's good. Not sure on the ground clearance yet, but hey-oh. Can't be no higher than the CRF 450 and the KX and all the other bikes I've had like that, can it? So I think we'll be fine. But yeah, it's worked out so well. like I say, obviously it's going to look a bit odd because it's just floating in midair. But like I say, we'll do them panels, make it all fit really nice. Then we'll make the subframe, which is going to work out fantastic because I can still keep these lugs that I've done all that time ago and maybe bring it out a little bit and send it up, bit of trellis work in there, or just send it straight up. But I don't know. And what I'll do is I'm going to replicate the Desert X one as, you know, sort of best as I can. I'll continue that up and we'll continue it up into a grab handle. Always handy to have that if you're messing about on the rough terrain. If you do have a bit of an accident, things to grab on the bike to lift it or pull it out of dishes and things like that. Hopefully that won't happen, but you can never tell. So yeah, I'm going to steer it up into a grab handle because it's just handy to have and to strap things to as well. Like I say, the Desert X rear, the mudguard, there's a little frame in that carries the number plate and the rear lights in there, but for a bit of plastic and a backlight he wants 150 quid. It'd be all nice and everything, but like I say, there's other things going wrong at the moment, so I'm going to make my own. Why not? The Desert X mudguard's really short and it's got the back light in, so as you can call it, a mudguard, it is tiny. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make something just comes out a little bit and design it, find a nice back light and design that little stumpy mudguard round the back light. Then obviously we'll have a tail tidy coming out of that. It literally needs to be really stumpy. So I'm going to do it. I'll do it myself instead of spending 150 quid on one. And it'd be interesting to do as well, and I'll enjoy it. And it's just another part of the bike I've made then, isn't it? You're stamping your name on it more and more and more the more you do to it rather than buy and bolt on. Although obviously the seat, I had to do that really because I just knew in my mind it would work. Don't get me wrong, element of luck there as well, but I am so pleased and relieved. I mean, look how it goes around the tank. It couldn't be any better. It really couldn't. Amazing. That actually looks like it fits better around the tank than the original did. Yes. I think that's going to look fantastic. I've also been thinking, sorry I rabbit on a bit, I try and share my thoughts about the builds as I go along, because thinking it out is just as much time as actually working on it sometimes. Because I would really love to aim to keep this bike. Yes, there's going to be all sorts of other things going on behind the scenes and different ideas to obviously cover for what this bike is not going to earn. You know, I've been designing new t-shirts, stickers, I've got a few t-shirts on them, just stuff like that, and a bit of buying and selling if I can, and I'm flogging stuff that I've had hanging around for years that I don't need, all that kind of thing, all the usual stuff I do. But I've also been thinking regards to the bike, if I'm doing it for myself, I don't think I need to go as crazy on the quality of the look. If I was doing it as a big project to sell, then I'd really go to town on it. As one of the main things, I would have took the engine out. I'm going to do that anyway. And I would have stripped it back as far as possible to get stuff cerakoted, powder coated or whatever, plated, to make it look absolutely immaculate. New bolts absolutely everywhere, you know, Ed bolts, which can be quite pricey on these, I do believe. I would have done all that. Now, to help me keep it, I think I'm just going to scrub the engine up as best as I can, not strip it, because I know the engine's really sweet. I know it's sound, it starts, it runs, and it goes lovely. You know, I've ridden the bike, but just paint it. Give it a scrub and paint it. That will cut down on a lot of cost and a fair amount of time. So that's the plan with that. Same with like the swing arm and stuff. Everything I can scrub up and paint, I'm going to do it. But things like this, and obviously the frame, will go to Alex for powder coating. But yeah, whatever I can. It'll still look nice. You know, I'll do it to a decent quality, but it will cut down on a lot of time and cost. You know, I'll still be sending all this off for powder coating and bits and bobs, but it will cut down on an immense amount of cost. And the other thing as well is the tank and the front mudguard there. I'm going to paint it myself. That will save hundreds and hundreds of pounds. I don't know, a decent paint job on a bike, you're parting 400 or 500 quid. So that's a massive saving. Let's say I spend 30 quid on rattle cans. Again, I will still do it to a standard. Yes, it won't be as good, but there's another way around that. Just do it in matte military colours. Just for now. If there is ever a point where I thought, you know what, I'm going to sell the bike, I'd love to keep it indefinitely. It could come in here again and get stripped out a little bit and then done, you know, to a really high standard. But me and Matthew have been sort of throwing ideas onto the table for next year's trip, and it could involve riding over quite a large body of sand. So I'm going to do it in desert colours. I know it'll probably look a bit off, we're at Red Sea and that, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I'm going to do it in sort of military desert colours, just to give it a coat of paint, basically. Like I say, this is all just ideas at the minute. It's everything's subject to change in here. Nothing's set in absolute stone till it's sat here finished. So I could change my mind on that one, but anything I can cut the cost and time down, just for now, just to be able to keep the bike, I'm going to do. That may disappoint some, but I'm desperately love to keep this bike to go and do a monumental journey on it next year. It would be an amazing end to the videos and a true test for the bike. Anyway, let's get on with that CarPlay thing. Right, we've got all that back off the bike again. So this is the bit I want to do away with. And just sort of make it a little bit shorter, just to drop this down a little bit, and then that will give me a solid mount to come off with a little bit of a protection bar around the unit. So just figuring it out at the moment. I've got this bit of plate. It's already got 2 holes in, actually. One of the holes will do, which I can have as a base plate for it all. And I think if I basically cut that out so it clears the grommet, I wonder if we've got something round to draw around for that. I know what I'll do, that a big washer. I need my glasses on. I reckon my eyes are getting worse. Old age is catching up. And we trim them corners off. Look about right. And then get the hole in down here to line up with that one. And I've got this bit of tube, it's got a bit of a bend in it. I've got that out the scrap bin. If we cut the angles on that, get the angle of the dangles right on that, whichever way, I don't know. That I can actually weld a bolt in there first, weld that in, that'll then drop in there obviously, and then put a nut on the back, and this one can be a nut and bolt at the front there. Yeah, that can be welded directly onto there then, get it at the right angle, and then we'll put a threaded slug in there to unbolt this and bolt it back on that tube. That's the plan. Let's see if we can do this. Oh, that's tight. Wow. Oh, the fixing's like cheese as well. It's already starting to go. Oh no, don't do that. Oh, that's not nice. Right, let me sort that. Oh, it's starting to chew up, look. You can see that. Meh, don't need that. That's tight, that is. Wonder if I can clamp that and just get it on the move by turning that a little bit, just to loosen it. Let's try that. Right, we've had to do the old whacking the Torx trick. Oh no, is that ball spinning? Don't say that. Oh yes, it's coming loose. We're good. That fixing's like plasticine. Not very good. That's the bit we want. That's all right. Release the ball. Before we start that, I want to sort our little mounting plate out. Right, got another hole put in there as well. So I just got to chop the back end of that off, shape the front, and that will be our mounting plate for this bit of tube. I know it's probably not going to look as good as all this setup, but it's going to give me a solid mount just to make this little protection bar a little bit easier to do. Right, I'll chop that off, shape the front, and then we'll get on with the rest of it. Okay, I've been having a right mess about with this lot. Spent far too much time on it, but I've now come up with something I'm happy with. So I've done away with the round tube idea. That's gone. I was messing about with the original bracket that was on it. Didn't like that. I've been messing about with ram mount things. Didn't like that. So totally and utterly simplified this thing. Found a bit of oval tube. That'll look quite smart. So that's gonna go there. Literally that stumpy little piece like that onto there. Then what I've done with that, I shall weld a solid piece in there that's drilled and tapped. As you can see, that is also stepped, all roughed out at the moment, because we have a step in the back of this bracket, and that will stop it spinning. When that's done up, it can't spin. That's the idea, and it'll be welded to this. This has had 2 bolts in, so that can't spin. So it should be quite sturdy, and we're still on the little rubber mounts to soak up the vibration. So it should be all good. Right, moving forward. I've just sort of got on with this a little bit. Nothing too exciting's gone on, but I've got all that connected to there. We've got the stud in there. I'm just doing this now. Proper simplified it, I think. Well, it's took a bit of doing, but I've now just got to get that. Hold on, let me show you. Let me show you what I've done. So I've got that lug on there, drilled and tapped. So that's going to sink into there, like so. Just push in. Ah, he says, go on, get in there. Is that in? Not quite. Let's persuade it in there a little bit. That's it. Right. I've got the hole drilled in, so I'm going to pull some weld into there now, and that I'll hold that lug inside the tube. So I should be able to undo that now. And what I'll do, what I probably want to do now, is weld all that in then in the top. Not, I suppose I should really stop it filling up with water. There we go. We got that going on now. Yeah, I may weld all this up. I'll say it'll stop it filling up with water. Now all this is fairly strong. Like I say, we can do a little bar off there. I think it only needs to sort of go around the front of it. Right, I've got all that sorted. I've got it on the bottom. I've just had another visitor, so a bit more socialising. It's one of them weeks. Blue's just woke up. I've just been bolting that CarPlay on. He's in the plastic shed in that bed. All I could hear him snoring his head off. Are you all right, mate? He got a manky eye today. Gets around this time of year, he seems to get a few allergies. They always clear up though, and his eyes weep a little bit, don't they, mate? He has a Piriton, it normally clears them up. That's what the vet said give him. Anyway, it's on. Much, much better. It's about 3/4 of an inch lower, maybe an inch actually, but that's tucked in. That probably looks like, oh, you're not going to see it there, but yeah, your head's about there when you're sat on the bike, thereabouts. So yeah, that is all good, all good. So now then, a bit of a crash bar. I don't suppose it's a crash bar really, is it? It's just, you know, like I say, if you're going down little lanes with trees overhanging, it's you're going through the branches a little bit, it's just to stop it smacking directly onto the CarPlay thing. So I'm going to use some of this and literally just do something up the front of it, you know, something very, very basic, and fit it to this somewhere. It could even fit to that little post, I guess. Now that's all solid, we can fit it to that. I didn't want to fit it initially how it were before. I needed it actually anchored to the part that's bolted solid to the bike. And if it hits that, it'll have a bit more of a chance. Right, let's see what we can dream up. I can hear Bodie. Yep. Hello, big ears. What are you looking at? What are you looking at? Hello, boys. Blue always shoves him out of the way. Look, look, look. Hello, Bodie. Oh, Bodie. You're jealous. Proper jealous. Proper. Right, let's get a bit of that tube then. I think I've got a bit down here. Let's move on me junk. Get the camera. Oh, there's a bit there, look. That'll do us. That one piece will do. Right, let's get the little roller out and see what we can come up with. Okay then, I don't quite know what I'm going to do. The CarPlay thing itself is 7 inches wide. So it doesn't matter if it goes wider than that. In fact, it needs to have a bit of distance from it. So if this bar did have a little bit of an impact, it'll give it a bit of space before it did whack the CarPlay. I'm just going to make it up as I go along and see how it fits, basically. So if I shove a fair amount through, it'll give us a bit to play around with. It'd probably be easy if I actually put a longer bar in this, wouldn't it? But no, I just love to struggle. Where's the square? Where's the square so we can see that we're going about right? A little bit more. Does that look all right? I could do another light down here. All these lights need cleaning. The camera's probably picking up loads of light, but it's a bit dark down here. That'll do. I might have gone a bit too much actually. Right. Oh, that ain't formed as nice as it normally does. What's going on there? Let's have a look at that. Oh, what's that about? It's collapsed, look. This ain't any different to what I've been using. Oh, I don't like that. There's one little trick that sometimes works. Why is that collapsed? All that forming I've done with the with this stuff, and it's been lovely. Now it's just decided to collapse. Sometimes that'll bring it back a little bit. That's not too bad. Oh, I don't like that. I'm going to get another length of this. I don't know what's going on there. Is that a thinner wall? I don't know. Let me go and get another length of this. I'm trying another piece. What I think done that, the collapse, it's because I was snatching at it and not going smooth. So I think that was possibly my fault. Let's try this and go slow and smooth. No snatching. I've got a little bar in there to help it go a bit easier. That looks better. Yeah, that's better. That's the one. I think it's, like I say, I was snatching at it. Come on, there we go. Well, that's not too bad. That's come out well that way. What's our gap? 8 inches as near as damn it. Right, now what I'm going to do, which way are we going now? I'm just going to go and quickly hold it up to the bike and have a little quick think. Okay, I think get it as close as we can. I'm having to put the camera far away to obviously give me swinging room. I think there. Let's give that a go. Oh, I'm unsure whether to go all the way with that one. My little pea brain's not working. Shall I go all the way? I'll think about that a minute. Next then, basically just return them both going towards the centre, and then I can basically just cut them and fit them to the mounting bracket somewhere. That's hurting. I'm broken. Get in there. I think I won't go all the way with these ones, or should I? I'm going to leave that like that for now. Get the other one about the same. Right, done. Right, for now, I'm just going to sever straight through the middle there, and then we'll take the correct distance out when I decide whereabouts I'm going to mount it to. Right. I think, excuse me, I was going to try and put it on this little post here, but it sits far better if I put it on the sort of the main box, the main bracket, because I wanted it sort of protecting that leading edge more than anything. About there. So yeah, I think it's going to be best if I weld it to this and not the little post. I'll just cut it to suit that then. It'll sit nice there. Okay, I've trimmed that up. I'm about done for the day, to be honest. It's getting late and I'm a little bit tired. I've got to edit this video and do some more t-shirt designing. That's my nighttime job at the minute. Right, yeah, that's all sort of trimmed up, ready to go on in the morning. I'll have a bit more light streaming through the door tomorrow. It's now dark. This camera does pick up a lot more light than what I am seeing with my old eyes, but oh yeah, I'll tack that on in the morning. I can make sure I've got it all central then. It's got a lot of shadows going on at the minute, so when I've got the light streaming through the door in the morning, I'll make sure I get it all central. But that'll be it. It doesn't look a lot, but yeah, it ain't gonna really be doing a lot, but it's a little bit of protection. Just for some light sort of tree branch bashing. That's all it's for, really. It'll probably never ever ever hit anything. But it's there in case. But yeah, I'll get that sort of lined up tomorrow, all central, and get it tacked on. That'll do. It's coming along bit by bit. I'm very happy with it, and I am thoroughly enjoying it. I really am. Proper enjoying it. It's a bit of something different, isn't it, compared to what we're normally doing in here. I'm going to do some templates for this side panel here, just to offer them up, and then you guys get to see it as well, sort of the direction it's going to go with the side panels that I've got in mind. I'll say it's quite a big area, that is, so I'll probably, I don't know, do some little cutouts in it, or some mesh backing, or some like louver type things, or I don't know yet, but I think it needs something in there to break that large panel up when we've made it. We'll see. Again, we'll see as we go along. But I'm really liking it. Really liking it. That seat looks huge in this camera. It's ridiculous. But no, it's gonna work out great, that is. It really has got a good shape to it, actually. Yeah, what I'm seeing. It really has. I'm very much looking forward to getting on to laying all that back end out and the side panels, and obviously our little stumpy mudguard at the back there. Yeah, that's much better now. Now it's sat down a little bit. It looks much better. Right, that will do me for today. I've had a good clean up. I'm trying to keep the shed on top of the shed cleaning, so it does get in a right mess now and again, so I'm keeping on top of that. Oh, I haven't done the lathe just yet. In the morning. It's late. I need to finish. Right, that'll do. Thank you all so much for watching again. Just thank you for all the support. Always immensely appreciated. That'll do. Cheers for watching, guys. Take care.